What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. It is the 18th day of February, and here we are sitting at about $1.46. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here, and let's get into it. Okay, we've got about 11 hours left in this day of the 18th of February here. Consolidating, we saw a little bit of a fake out here 3 days ago, moving up as high as $1.67. Nice little move up, but then we dumped back down with some volume to back it up. I would not be surprised in the least if XRP did go below this low. I really wouldn't even be that surprised if we went below this low, but that's not the call. From here, I do think we'll find a higher low. I think we will persevere, but it's very possible that we go, a little bit lower. Something below like $1.30 is completely acceptable and possible, even likely, especially with that candle. Let's look at the short-term stuff and see if we can divulge any new information. The 1 hour time frame here, if we're looking at this, you do have higher highs in your RSI. I think of it like this, right? We've got, come on, nope, not that. We don't want that. We want this. There we go. We've got higher highs here building, right, in our RSI. You see it? Higher highs. And you have here lower highs building on a closing basis. That's hidden bearish divergence. That's not a good thing, right? You're coming up to these points not to show strength, but to show that you're ready to, you've reset yourself and now you're ready to come back down. And that's what it seems like so far to me. Stochastics look bearish. The MACD looks bearish. The RSI looks bearish. All on the 1 hour, so a little bit lower based on the 1 hour should not be that hard to imagine. Looking at the 4 hour time frame here, from a low to a high, rejecting the 236. Yeah, I would assume, little 236 rejection, 382 tap right there. I would assume that we come down to the golden ratio, which that is below our low. Now, this area could be, quote unquote, the low, the higher low point at which we build from and we move higher, moving up to that $2 zone, or maybe up to $1.80 and then back down and then up and then down and then up, however it works. Maybe this is just a low point, we find resistance and we get a lower high and then we come lower. I don't know, but with a pretty high level of conviction, I would expect that we do find support around $1.30 to $1.26. Why can't I talk? Somewhere around there, if not maybe higher, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a lower low. Okay, lower relative low here, higher relative low here. 4 hour RSI, looking at this, it's pretty bullishly postured overall. I actually don't mind this at all. And from here, maybe the safer call to make would be that we move up. I mean, that looks fine, but on the 1 hour, it looks like we want to go down. I don't know. Fake out volumes coming into the downside. We really could move up, man. I mean, the chart, it looks somewhat bearish, but at the same time, structurally speaking, what you're doing here is you're just finding support at prior points of resistance, right? We look at this on a closing basis. You're just finding support right at prior closing resistance there, which isn't bad. You had a lot of selling pressure in this volume, and you didn't get lower lows. You have higher lows overall. I don't know. And the 4 hour matters more than the 1 hour. The 4 hour MACD technically looks bullish. The 4 hour stochastics are neutral, and the 4 hour RSI does technically look bullish. A little wish-washy here. I'm less confident now. I'm less confident right now than I was like 5 minutes ago, 2 minutes ago, however long it was ago, that we go down here. But it's still the call. It's still the call. Less confident in the call. The probability is probably lesser than I thought it was. But it's still the call. I'm still calling for $1.30 to $1.26. What I didn't just say was this call is less likely to happen. It's the least likely call to happen. It's the statistically less probable call to happen. That's not what I just said. I said 2 minutes ago, to me, it was more probable than it is now. To me, the reason why I'm making this the call is because it does seem to me to be the most probable outcome. If it was a 90% probability and now it's a 60% probability, it's still the most probable outcome, right? But it's less probable than I originally thought. Daily time frame. The RSI is definitely not bullish, but you have broken out of your downtrend. There's good enough things going on here. Your stochastics for all intents and purposes, they look somewhat bullish here, to be fair. And the MACD is bearish, but you're building bullish momentum. Your stochastics found a low point here. The last time that you were this low, well, you were over here and you slowly bled down. To be fair, didn't really promote much. The MACD is overall bearish, but these two indicators are somewhat, they have some, they're not, I wouldn't say that the RSI is bullish, it's somewhat neutral, but there's bullish prospects. The stochastics is somewhat bullish, somewhat neutral. The MACD is definitely bearish. So overall, kind of big old nothing burger on the daily time frame. High to low, 236. Could we come back down to the 069? It's at $1.22, low to high. I mean, we could see it. We could definitely see it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm sticking with the call for now. I think that we go below this low, but we don't go below this low. We'll probably find support somewhere around $1.30 to, let's say at the lowest, like $1.16. We're at $1.46 now. Once we find that low, we can begin to recover. Overall, I am expecting that XRP from this low will more or less be in a recovery consolidation phase that slowly but surely takes it to prices at around $2, maybe just above there, which will be an overall lower high in this kind of trajectory. And then from there, we will come back down and likely proceed to prices that are below $1 at some point here later in 2026. I don't really have anything else to say, so I'll just stop talking there. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.